good morning or evening or whatever this happens to be for you. I mean, for some of us, it's not even morning yet because it's still dark in the background. We have Jason from The Hustle House, who was kind enough to wake up about 3.5 minutes ago to jump on the stream with us. So thank you for that.
But I'm 100%. Like, I wake up at 1,000, bro. Like, my girlfriend hates it because I open my eyes and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm working already. I'm amped for the day. I'm ready. What's up, guys? Good morning.
Love it.
Good morning, Corey.
Good morning, sir.
Oh,
yeah, I've been up for like 4 hours and I'm still kind of getting my shit together.
I know. It's a normal thing in this world, bro, not to sleep, to overwork, and yeah, that's just normal.
Yep. Welcome to the bull market.
I feel like,
and this is the thing, like, does that ever actually go away anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's always something that's pumping, it seems.
That's what she said?
Yeah. I'm sure that's a thing. It kind of made me blush there. Sorry.
Here are we.
So yeah, welcome to another NFT Game Day where we're just going to chill and talk. So we were just chatting a little bit before the stream. So Jason, tell us about, because you guys have started a new show, which is really cool for people on the West Coast that involves the Uplift. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that, what you guys are doing?
Yeah, here. So a lot of you guys know I've been doing a lot of streams with my girlfriend Cheyenne recently, introducing her more to the community. And she's really loved building in the Uplift since day one. So we've started doing this Monday segment called Uplift and Chill, 8 p.m. On the West Coast time, so 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's more dedicated. Right now it's 6:30 in the morning. A lot of people, this might be a little too early on the West Coast. So we have our evening streams where it's a lot more of just like BSing and having fun. And the first day we did it at Senor Lupe's plot, and we had a big snowball fight, and everyone was drinking and having a great time. And we live stream it so you can get to be on the show, and everyone comes to the plot and hang out. And it's cool. We did one with Zestra, and a bunch of people showed up, and we just hung out and saw what amazing builds she's been working on. And what we're doing is looking for community members who want to be featured. Because like we're growing our social media awareness, right? And daily we want to make sure that awareness is aimed towards people in this project, because there's just too much cool shit in the game. Every time I go in this game, guys, I'm blown away by the development and the growth. And I think Corey said it like at the very beginning, was like, this is going to be a journey. And every time we go in it and see, there's going to be new mind-blowing things. And that's becoming very true, man.
Yep. Yeah, I've been going in the last couple of times, just mind boggled, and I don't have time. And I how it was 2 months ago. It's like, oh, we don't have time to see anything. I remember when if you build something, I was gonna see it. Yeah. Now we need to invent a way for me to see all the crazy shit that's in there, which is stuff that we think about a fair amount.
Well, I was looking at a video you guys put up the other day where you were looking at Crypto Alliance's build, where that thing was moving around the screen. Those blocks are moving, the Crypto Russia. Yep. And that dude built a plot with another Bored Ape on the Hustle House community plot. If you guys haven't been there already and you're aware of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, go to the Hustle House community plot, because one of our members built the swamp on it. Like the swamp from the Bored Ape Yacht Club is on the Hustle House land community plot.
That's crazy.
Amazing. Like to a T in Minecraft, they built it out. That same guy. So shout out to Nocrates and Crypto Alliance.
Right. And we still figure out how to scale their servers faster.
Dude, we have such talented builders in this game. It's amazing. This community is rad.
I completely agree.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you're focusing on community members, because we haven't really had that much time to do that. Corey and I, we're jumping in a couple months back and putting up gratitudes and monuments and stuff on certain people's plot that happened to be in game, but it just we didn't really always have time to do it. So it's really cool that you guys have come in and picked that up, I think.
Thank you, bro. It's been a genuine pleasure. Like the fact that we get to play a game and connect with so many cool people and just have fun doing it is what it's all about. And then when you see stuff like Upliftium developing and you see that crystallized Upliftium yesterday starting to post up, I read that blog where you have to have 1 million upliftium to turn it into crystallized upliftium. So I'm looking at my upliftium account and I'm like, all right, I got 1 million in there. Let's see what I can do. I want to see that develop and then share that journey with the community, because it's confusing, man, to see so many things happening all at once. So the reason we like to digest it and then like visually offer it back to people is so that we could be that like learning curve for people, essentially.
Yeah, so actually that's a good point. So Corey, we haven't actually talked about this on the show. The document came out last night. So what people are going to come and they're going to get a selfie with you, and then explain it. What are they going to get?
They're going to get like basically it means that like you obviously need 1 million upliftium to do it or more. Yeah, you'll get a 1 million upliftium taken off your balance. It'll basically get burned. And we'll make you one of the first 1 million upliftium crystallized NFTs.
Nice.
Yeah, and so in order just to make sure that the account belongs, in order to make sure that the account belongs to you, you'll come into the game, you'll meet Corey, or probably Corey. I might be there sometimes too if we do it live on the show, because I think what we're going to do mine on the show, so you guys can see how it works. You'll take a selfie, you'll get your NFT, and you can move it around and do with it whatever you want. The other cool thing about it is there's 4 people, Corey, Bullshipples, there's 2 more that I forget the names of, and I feel really bad about that. Yeah, Medusa was another one, and so they have generously donated 1 million upliftium each, which will be minted into an NFT, and it will be given away to 4 lucky people. The mints 1 to 4 will go to those people. So get on that. The fill out the form. If you have 1 million or close to 1 million upliftium in reserve, and you want to get one of those NFTs, which will be really cool.
Nice. And then with those NFTs, is that like, just so I can ask you guys, since I have you right here, that's like what am I looking for in my mind? It's like a bond essentially, or something. Like how do we think of it? Like we're compressing these so that we can kind of like shuffle those NFTs on the market with each other. Is that the idea?
Well, I mean, it's an NFT, so you can do really whatever you want with it, right? Like once it's in your wallet, once it's in your wallet, you can do whatever you want. We will provide, we are looking at providing another step in there where we can liquefy it and we can use it for other things inside the uplift as well, right?
That'll be sick. Every day you guys blow my mind.
We're working on it. Yeah, I mean, and it's still gonna be a couple months before. I was actually confirming the timeline today. There's just a lot of work to do on social logins and some different things on the back end to make sure the security is tight enough so that we can do different denominations and just have it automatic. So you'll burn a little bit of upliftium, and you'll be able to mint a freaking 100 upliftium if you want to, or 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 or whatever it is. You'll be able to bring those out. And yeah, the things that people. What can I say about this? The things that people will be able to do with those NFTs out in the world have not yet been fully understood by the vast majority of our community. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's fair. And I also want to say something along those lines, guys, is like, I have no affiliation with this company whatsoever, right? theuplift.world. I'm just a fanboy. That's all it is. I'm a fanboy.
When you guys burn, I'm not going down with you.
No. My whole point to say that is like, I'm always out here telling the community how much I love this project. And I think sometimes people wonder if I get paid by you guys or what.
If you're working for us, right? Yeah, no, I think your credibility is like 9 million. Because I mean, you've just been around watching us from the beginning.
That's what I do, is I find things from the beginning and I jump full into it. And you guys have been so much fun to participate with over this experience. And I think a lot of people thought this game was further along because it just sounds like it's the coolest thing in the world. But people don't realize how much effort and coding and developing goes into building this game. So the like slow build, that's important, guys.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's not easy to do in this space when everyone wants you to have everything done yesterday.
Everyone wants to be rich in 3 days.
Well, this is the thing. Like I, it's not like I don't take this personally. Don't tell anyone, but I totally do. Like the FUD stuff drives me fucking bananas. And not just because I know how many hours I put in, but it's because I know how many hours our team puts in. It literally it's an instantaneous trigger. Like if you want to complain, get the fuck out. Like forever. Like we literally don't ever want to talk to you again at all. And if you just showed up and you bought some land and you think it should be worth 10 times more the next day, get the fuck out. Like we just don't need that. We're going to be doing this for years. The people that are part of this community that understand what we're building and want to be part of it, they're the people that I literally wake up in the middle trying to figure out how to serve. And then we'll just keep doing that.
It's a long-term thing, dude. And you guys even think about years down the line, which is what makes me so excited about this project. The fact that you guys aren't thinking like, oh, we're just going to finish this. You're thinking 6, 7, 10 years down the line. I don't know a lot of projects that think that dynamically. So that's very exciting for me. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here with you guys. Like, I love everything you guys do. And being able to jump on a stream at 6:30 in the West Coast is irrelevant, because I wake up this early to watch you guys every day. You guys see me in the chat, and I love that there's so many people like in the chat. Morton, Zestra, TP, all of like the people who just support you guys till the end. So I love that we have such a dedicated community here, and thanks for having me on before we even chat anymore.
Well, and I love the fact that like you just love being here and put your heart and soul into it, and like make awesome updates, right? Like your updates are so good that if you go to our channel, you'll find them in our playlist. Like we love we love pushing this forward, right? Like, you know, anything that you do like inside the uplift, we try to showcase it so that you guys can get your views, so that your community can continue to build. You know, it'll be great. And like you said, there's a lot of really good people that come here. You know, it makes me smile. It makes me laugh, because I love our community so much, right? Like I get annoyed, but like when I get annoyed, I try to walk away, because I know what my breaking point is with the FUD. But but it's funny because it makes me smile. Like sometimes when I walk away and then I come back, you'll see that our community rallying around, and they'll just be like when was like, hey, by the way, do you remember like when you bought that NES video game, like what the resale value on it was? Right? Like, and it cracks me up. Like people oftentimes like they don't get this, right? And we're just like so spoiled. So like I'm trying to, you know, Corey forced me to do this a couple months ago, which was really good, because I was getting a little bit negative, and he said, look, it's 1% of the population, right? And like it's 1% of the population, and like it's true in the real world too. It's 1% of the population that's messing stuff up in the real world, right? Like it's not like, you know, and those are the people who are the noisiest, and those are the people that if you focus on the positive people, like what you guys are doing and the community that you're building, like the people who are here every day, who come and watch us, who are genuinely interested, like we, you know, I think Morton the other day said to us in the comments, he was like, you know, I needed this place, like this space, this positivity, right? And there's a lot of people in here, and I think, I don't want to put words in Corey's mouth, but I think the other thing that really gets to him when it comes to FUD is like he's doing this for the positivity. This is something that he really believes in, and a lot of people who rallied around him believe in it, because the world outside can be really shit. So when you get like 2 or 3 negative people coming in and like, you know, pop in that positivity bubble, like just to rile shit up, then like I'm kind of with him. Like just go away, you know, find that little place that you want to be in, because like, you know, if you come into my house and you start throwing shade, I'm not going to let you just sit there on my sofa and be cool. Like just, it's raining outside. I don't care. Just go find somebody else.
The thing is that a lot of people don't realize is that you guys are creating a working, living piece of art, right? Like you are. That's what the metaverse essentially is. It's a working, living piece of art. It's breathing. It's dynamic. It's growing. Yeah. Now with art, you end up having 2 types of people with it. You have the type of people that love it, and you have the type of people that hate it. That's what art is. And so like truly to me, that's when I knew this was something special, when you were doing something that genuinely moved you to the core of who you are, because it's like gratitude based, and you see it, right? So you're putting heart out there, you're putting all this work into this team, you're developing this product, and then people are having emotions, whether they be positive or negative. That's amazing. You're having a visceral response from people because of this living, breathing art piece you guys have created. So I love it from like a dynamic artist perspective. This is some badass shit.
Nice. I like it. That means a lot, because like for people who don't know, this is what you studied. This is what you grew up doing, right? Like
this is all my life, man.
Right? Yeah. So that's a really big compliment. So I mean, and like you too, like I think like your show is just amazing. Like what you guys do on the channel is pretty awesome. Like if you haven't checked out like the channel, just go check it out, because like the Uplift is just a small host of things that you guys have created and that you guys have built, right? Like one of my favorite ones is the Boring Show, actually.
It's been a lot of fun, man.
Can you tell us about the Boring Show for people who don't know it?
For you guys know that like I'm a boring ape. I have my forever ape, whatever. And so I got the idea to start an avatar to avatar talk show where we would do interviews where other avatars would come on and we would just speak as if we were those characters. Because the idea was so many people are in this high stress space. The NFT space is a high stress space. Don't get it twisted. And I thought it would be fun for these, like, you know, let's say important people, like that, air quotes, to play for 15, 20 minutes. And so I asked all sorts of different avatar holders on, whether it be apes, gutter cats, aliens, whatever. And they come on and they talk in that perspective and that narrative. And I've had some amazing shows. I had one of my first guests sang a song to me on it as his avatar. The second one was actually a professional musician who played 7 different instruments in the song. And then my girlfriend edited it to make it look like his ape was playing from 7 different instruments.
Dude, that's awesome.
And then we ended up having someone named Tom Sachs on the show, who apparently is a super world famous artist. I had no idea because we had the same Picasso shirt on our avatar. So that's why we started talking. You know, like this is the beauty of it, is it eliminates that persona that we carry in the real life world, that physical space. And we get to interact in this like metaverse, fun, silly way that I've been blown away by the reception. I have 18 more episodes that I've recorded that I still need to edit and get out. So I'm trying to hire an editor right now.
That's amazing.
But it's been fun.
That's so much fun, man. For real.
Anything to play.
Yeah, it's a really interesting show to watch, just what you've done with it, because just the imagery and the pictures make me smile.
I gotta figure out how to get someone from the Uplift with their Minecraft avatar. Maybe I can screenshot it and then bring it on to the Boring Show, so we can have our first Uplift chat with Jason the Ape. That'd be pretty cool.
I gotta figure out. That gives me an idea.
Maybe I could host the first
do some digging on that.
Right, in the Uplift world. Maybe I could host the first Uplift World talk show.
Yeah, but honestly, that's the original use case for Minecraft that Greg and I had. We were just gonna start doing interviews in it. Cause like anyone could do that right now. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
Right? You just get in there and have, you probably just want to get a camera account, right? Or maybe someone running the camera, and then just do that. Only show in-game footage. Easy peasy. And then go to Skindex and like get like a weird ass freaking skin and be done with it.
I'm gonna have to put that on the table because I love the fact that we can go into the metaverse and hang out with people. And like I was hanging out in the Uplift the other day with someone who lived in Russia, California, Portland, and New York all at the same time. And like, where else in the world can we do that? Where like it essentially feels like our brains are hanging out together in the metaverse.
Yep.
Which is super rad to me.
Yeah, that this is the way. So guys, I'm just trying to get. I love Microsoft, but I also hate Microsoft. There it is. I spent this entire time just trying to sign into my freaking account. I had to change my passwords, bloody fucking blah blah blah. Anyway,
right.
I'll be in world to do some gratitudes here in a minute.
I had to do a similar thing on my morning stream today, and it was really annoying. It's just like, just let me in.
I need to play.
Right.
Gotten in the habit ever since going to Vegas last week. I got stranded, bro, and I had to walk 3 miles in over 105-degree heat.
God damn.
And I'll tell you, the only thing that saved me was having a little bottle of water with me because I did not realize that you get dehydrated that fast. I don't walk very much.
There we go. So, Bored Apes. What the hell is happening?
So, Bored Apes is the craziest, wildest NFT project that I randomly came across.
Yeah.
And it's blown up. And what it is really It's a bunch of community members who are using this as an opportunity to network. That's all that it really is at the end of the day. Like when this first came out, Corey, I wanted to tell you right away, like, bro, you need to get an ape. But then I saw that, like, I was hitting up the Bored Ape Yacht Club team, like, hey, let's do a partnership with the Uplift World.
Yeah.
And they're open to every kind of partnership because that's why they're open with the IP. When you buy one of their avatars, you actually get the IP to do whatever you want. So I put my ape on shirts with the help of blockchain cards and been selling those. We're going to try to build some components in the Uplift World. I actually gave 3 plots to Bored Ape Yacht Club members just to go ahead and build on in the Uplift World. So if you're a Bored Ape member, like a homie, and you want to just come build and have fun for a few months, we whitelist you, and they get like 60 days, 90 days just to like build whatever they want, because that's just like a brother ape giving a perk to other people with that. And that's what that community's become all about, is like finding little weird niche ways to help each other out.
It's really interesting, man. Because like you're basically, it's like the meme coins times 100 or more, because you have that individual identifier that, you know, I think it's like, because you're basically like, we're part of this tribe, we're part of this community, and it gives you that sense, like a pass, like we're in, right? Yeah. And we identify with each other because we're in. And that is, you know, this really interesting virtuous cycle, I think, that you know, does some really interesting things. Anyway,
absolutely. And then
cool.
On top of that, the monetary value is insane. We got a free dog the other day, just dropped to us. My friend just sold it yesterday for 17 ether. Another ape and another dog. Bro, that's like $40,000.
I know.
So
that's like I don't even know how to process that.
Let me put it on this perspective. I minted 4 the first day. I traded 1 to Brad because he kept asking me, and I was like, he's a good guy, he should have 1. I traded 1 to another person for some sandbox land, and I gave 1 to my brother. Each one of those are worth about $10,000 now. Let me tell you, I got a little regret about trading those 2 away.
Yeah, I had 4 Alien Worlds lands, and now I have 1. And that's because I gave 2 away and sold 1. I feel pretty dumb about that.
But,
so hey, I don't know, Jimmy,
Corey, we got big hearts, and that's what it's about, man. At the end of the day, we're out here building community, so that's the value for us, bro.
Right. So hey, this is my weird. I'm dropping some weight.
Nice.
So I put some Ys down. Anyway, anyone who gets down to, I guess, like 4,400, 4,700 in Genesis, my entire log is down here. I'm building like this weird organic monument to it to kind of keep myself on blast so I can get in shape.
Nice. That's my whole plan for August, is to get back in shape. It's hard living in the metaverse. Right? Everything about the metaverse is great except for like making yourself stay in shape. Right?
Yeah, the meat robot is not doing so well.
Right. One of the things that I've been doing to stay more active, guys, is I do a morning Twitter Spaces around 8 o'clock every morning now. It's a really great way to dynamically communicate with our peers. And I also walk around the neighborhood the whole time I'm doing it.
So that's cool. That's a great idea. Maybe I should do that when I go to Okinawa. I walk on the beach with Jimmy D.
Yeah, audio only is so smart. So Gary's been busy apparently.
Yeah, that's bad. Good. What is this?
So like we have a secret. It's not really a secret office, right? And we should actually dig windows in through here. Remind me to tell Gary about that. Just kind of go in the natural rock, but it goes all the way down, right? Oh, that's totally new too. What the shit, Gary? So each floor is a month, right? So we started on the bottom, like when we started first doing the Tuttle Huddle. I got everyone together, you know, for our team meetings that happen basically every day. And we started all the way down at freaking, you know, the ground level.
Wow.
Wrote down a bunch of our accomplishments. Wrote down way more of our accomplishments. Jesus. But every time we do a meeting, everyone writes down what they're grateful for. Right?
Yeah, that's how we start our meetings.
Gotta get our team pictures
like,
back.
After you do it the first time and Corey's like a minute late, it's like, okay, well, who's going to do the gratitude today? Because we can't go on without them, right? Like it's become such a part of our the way that we work. It's really impressive,
right?
That's your morning icebreaker.
That's month 2. This is month 3, and we're just now in month 4, which is why, like, to anyone who thinks we're going too fast, Like seriously, come back in 6 months, and while you're gone, shut the actual fuck up.
Yeah, so each floor basically is a month. Like each floor is basically a month, and this
Not
represents
basically, it's literally a month. Because we
Yeah,
realized
sorry,
at the end of the first one that we were doing that. Anyway, so now Gary's been going in and building out, like, this will be month 5. This will be month 6.
Wow.
And then about 25 days, right?
3 months from now, we're gonna burst out of the ocean right next to Uplifter Tower.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see. Like, I think, like, yeah, this is going to be higher than Uplifter Tower soon. Yes.
Well,
Right?
maybe by the end of not even by the end of the year, because Uplifter Tower, I mean, not gonna lie, that's pretty big.
Right?
Yeah,
It's pretty big.
Next year.
It's rad to watch the history of this build. Like, I love looking at your old videos and seeing this building progress live. And then every time you come in, you're like, oh my God, you've accomplished so much, guys. This is impressive.
Dude, you just made me remember. Do you remember the first day you just built a monument here, Corey? Like, I totally forgot about that. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna put. No, I don't like that. I'm just gonna put this here. Okay.
You just gotta start, right? And like, yeah, I remember it was just a little cube on the ground. I was like, that's boring. Let's fuck shit up.
You always got to start somewhere, man. This is beautiful. This is my favorite saying. I heard this once when I was at an Apple meeting, and I say, a pinch of dirt will build a mountain. And I see that with this project, man. It's like you don't see it in the day-to-day action. You see it like when you don't see a friend for a long time and you see their kid all of a sudden, you're like, Jesus, you're huge. It's like, that's what this feels like.
Right?
You're like, how are you taller than me now? That's what this feels like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm super grateful for you, man. Like, Hustle, thank you so much for everything you do, for all the communities that you're in. And obviously, having you, in the Uplift has been super fantastic. Having you on the show has been super fantastic. Just, I'm a fan.
Thank you, bro. I genuinely feel like, and I know that we've said this before, but I genuinely feel that I've become friends with you and Jimmy and Nick and most of the other team just through our communications, man. And it's the weirdest thing, guys, and I know a lot of people in the chat will agree with this, is that we spend more time with our metaverse friends than most of our physical world friends. So much so that they become really awesome friends. Like, I don't know how to divide what a friend is in physical metaverse anymore. If I spend time engaging with you mentally, you're my friend.
And you know what's weird about that too is, like, I have friends in California, right? Like, I have friends in LA. I have friends in like, I have like almost family in Miami, right? But like, the minute I rock up to Miami or the minute I rock up to California, I'm sorry, I'm probably not going to call those people. I'm going to call you guys. Be like, hey, you guys want to hang out? Like, that's
like meeting Em Blue for the first time. It was like meeting family I had never seen before.
Right.
You know what's funny about that story with you meeting Em Blue is you told it so well that I visualized you guys playing with your pool noodles the first time, like giggling like little girls, and thinking like, I could actually see that in my mind because your passion on your face is so genuine about that.
Yeah, it was fun. And on Sunday afternoon, if you happen to be in downtown Austin, I can't remember what the springs are, but the Fanoodles are coming back out.
The Fanoodles.
The Fanoodles. The whole like you guys playing with your Fanoodles things, like
it's a thing, boys do. Don't worry about it.
One of my best friends. One of my best friend's daughters lives in Austin. I'm gonna have to get her on the mission for the get her on the mission for the Fanoodle Express.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta throw some more down here. Just one for myself. So, with this, we're minting the million Upliftium. Obviously, you want to save it, try and get that. Again, you're going to be able to withdraw all sorts of different kinds of denominations. I did another timeline check this morning, hoping we could get it done sooner, but it's going to be a couple months. Like towards the end of August is when we're going to have that done. We have to do this in a very, very safe and smart way. And that's what the super geniuses that work at the Uplift told me is the smart way to do it. So like and there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out between, now and then, but I just want to like make sure everybody's expectations are correct. Until then, I'm manually processing these million NFTs. So which is why, I can't do, a zillion all the time, which is why we kept that cap on it. So, I released this article, whatever. And originally, I was just going to use my first million to get the mint number 1 and then give that away to anybody who manages to save up and do this before the set period of time, right? Bullshit Balls hears about this, immediately puts another $1 million down, right?
Nice.
Medusa 7 hears about this, immediately puts another $1 million down. Now, like there's a B. So there's 5 now, or 4, and some person I've never met basically just said, hey, listen, like, how do I get in on this? So the first 5 mints are going to be going out randomly on this show to people that manage to, save up $1 million and get this done before the date. I just can't be more grateful to those guys, because they're literally like, these are the whales in the uplift, right? And their first instinct is to give it away. And makes me a little teary, to be honest, like, because they get it, right? Because we're all in this the play to earn thing, but the win-win-win kind of ethos of this community is, I think, why it's going to be around 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Anyway, you guys are fucking fantastic. So I got to put that down.
That's a mic drop moment. No, I agree with you guys, because I do these kind of like weekly check-ins with my girlfriend where we'll go like, okay, so we sit down in front of the computer and we're like, what have you heard about the uplift this week? Because we both look in different parts of the internet, you know what I mean? And it's always like a fun recap, because we end up talking about fun things that we saw throughout the week in the world, or little conversations that we saw. And then I always go look at Atomic Hub and I look at the prices. And I see last night that there's opportunities to snipe land for like $90 or something. And I was like, I'm thinking, I looked at her and I was like, people don't understand like what this is developing into.
We gave away $1 million worth of land, right? And like, people are like, oh my God, why are prices we were? Because we gave away $1 million worth of land in Uplift. Like, it was a lot, right? Yeah. And so that was a lot of inflation. And the reason why we did that is we were getting a bunch of feedback from people who really just wanted to be part of this ecosystem. Now, the likelihood that we'll ever do anything like that again is really, really close to zero. Just so that everyone understands that. I wanted to see if we could pull it off. We did. But yeah, that's not something we're gonna keep doing in the future. But that, like, all you have to do is look at the Uplift live map to see what's going on. There's way more people. Like, we doubled the number of active people that were playing in the Uplift, and that ultimately is good for everyone because of active rewards. Right. So again, like, people playing the short game, you're probably always going to hate the Uplift. And honestly, I couldn't give a shit. Like,
well, and people, and this is what makes me smile the most. It's like, just pull up your big boy pants a little bit, right? Like, you could have sold when the prices were high, but you didn't. It's your fault. Just own it, right? Like, that's
right.
Well,
right? Or buy more, right?
A lot of people in this space, the same people that are doing those quick trades are the ones who are constantly flipping around their crypto and realizing afterwards that when you do that, you actually don't make as much as if you just hold, right?
That is a fact.
Yeah,
like if probably I just held my BNB, I'd be a founding partner and probably owning part of Legend, because I would have been a multi-millionaire. But instead, I traded and I traded, and I ended up going to Europe on that. But that wasn't like, that trip was worth millions in retrospect now.
Yeah, it's tough being in crypto, because like anything you did 4 years ago is going to seem like a complete mistake,
right?
Unless you were just buying. So anyway, Jimmy, what are you grateful for?
Yeah, I'm grateful for Jason's. Sorry, I forget your missus's name, Jason.
Cheyenne.
Jason and Cheyenne's Uplift Adventures.
How do I spell that? Hustle.
Just do CHEY. Shay.
CHEY.
When you were talking before, I was thinking about this, because I really like that you guys have like done this and you do this together. I remember like being on the stream, I think with Cowie, when we talked about, your plot, and she was there. I believe that was the one that she was on, and it was just fun to see you guys interacting, and then telling the story about like how you guys sit down once a week and you talk about what's going on in the Uplift. Like, I think Devin and his wife are kind of involved in the Uplift as well. But I'd love to see somebody like you do like, couples therapy in the Uplift, where like you bring people in and just like teach them. Awesome. That would be really fun. I think that would be. Sorry. Anyway, I'll let you give your gratitude. It was just a vision I had in my mind, because you guys are like watching you two together on the stream talk about the Uplift. It's just fun. That
would be actually really funny.
Power couples of the Uplift. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah. So Hustle, what are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for? You know what? I'm grateful that my best friend made $40,000 yesterday. But how can I say that? I'm grateful for my friend's success.
Right.
Like, I gotta tell you guys, in this space, there's two types of friends. There's the kind that want you to succeed just to an amount, but not more than them. and then there's the kind that actually want you to succeed. And I see that with Corey's passion statement when he tells people, you know, like, you don't need to be here, kick rocks. That's because he's genuinely in here to help people succeed in their life. Who's this?
Scrons?
Oh, that's Scrons. Scrons was awesome. I had a conversation.
All right. I mean, hey, we got here too. What's going on?
So I gotta tell you about this, Jason, because I think you're gonna really like this. So we had a conversation this morning with Scrons because he reminded me of something, and I wanted to do it like next week, but we're not gonna do it next week. We're gonna put it off for a month. But Scrons is on a mission, and he's out there. He's rallying the troops. We're gonna do it probably in gratitude somewhere. He's gonna build a giant stage, and we're gonna have like a fashion show with prizes. Like, nice. and he's got the moves. We're just gonna have this big event. It's gonna be super fun. So I think it'd just be really hilarious. He totally has the moves.
Dude, even when you were talking about skins earlier, when I offered the Bored Apes to come in, you know, they all found ape skins and gorilla skins, and they came in Minecraft wearing gorilla outfits. I was like, this is awesome.
That's really interesting. You know, I'm thinking a lot too, like, they're on Ethereum, right?
Yeah, they're on Ethereum, but a lot of them come over to Wax because I focus a lot of my time bringing people into the Wax blockchain, because a lot of people just don't realize that NFTs go beyond NBA Top Shot. Like, for real.
Right? Like, they figure it out. Well, I've been watching the transaction cost for Ethereum go down fairly consistently. And you know, I think it's only a matter of time, if that trend continues, that we actually make a world that is entirely Ethereum only. So all Ethereum NFTs, like super high end, and bringing communities like, you know, Bored Ape and you know, the other communities that are on Ethereum natively into an ecosystem where they could basically get the same kind of benefits as the rest of us in the uplift. But we'll have to see. That'll probably be next year before it.
Dude, honestly, and that's the thing. That's one of the crossovers that I do, and I have these conversations all the time. A lot of people just don't realize how dynamic Wax blockchain really is, and what kind of like powerful ecosystem it is. But everyone's pushback is like, it's really hard to get that coin. Well, it's not really hard, but it's not easy. Sure.
Yeah. Well, and that it's only ever going to get easier too, right? Yeah. I think that's like pretty soon. And like, like I already know people that are planning on selling Upliftium NFTs for dollars.
Nice. Yeah.
So just do the math on that. Now that's like just a couple steps, but
I just get so pumped when I see those $90 floors. I'm like, I got 47 land plots. I got to get that up to 100 at that rate. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the case, I'm gonna stack my Aether from our planet. Now that we saw Bonds coming back doing an Amy yesterday on Twitch, and he stopped into my Twitter spaces a few times, and you know, like, we're all coexisting together here in this space. So I'll take that Aether, flip it into more uplift land, and there we go, man. More beautiful things.
Well, and that's
it's good.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the cool things about just having the ability to work in the ecosystem that we work with, right? Like, now we've got Yoshi over there who's, you know, putting batteries on some of those NFTs, which are also mining Upliftium, right? We've got other collaborations. I mean, honestly, like, I would love to see like a high value community member like you do a collaboration with us and put a battery on something. I think that would be really cool. You know, like some of these artists, some of these people, like we've got the potential to bring all of these communities together, right? And like, so, like, some people are really upset that, like, you know, they can't stake certain you know, our planet assets, and I'm kind of like, well, I mean, like, it's just, you got to just make a choice, right? Like we're but that's the thing, like, we're kind of spoiling people, because like we are letting them double dip with the Yoshi ring and the battery, like, at times, right? So like, at what point? But that's the thing, right? Like, we live in this society where only people who really like watches wear watches. Nobody wears a watch because they want to know the time anymore. Right? Like, right? Nobody carries a camera because they want to take a photo, right? Like, we live in this society where everyone has an iPhone. It's a multifunctional device. Like, shouldn't everything we do be multifunctional? I mean, the fact that, like, we don't build that into the future is just insane to me, right? Like, so I mean, like, I'm just like, there's no reason why you can't have these assets that are multifunctional, that do multi things. And I think we've proved that really well, especially
and honestly,
world,
like,
right?
The ideas that we bounce around internally. You haven't seen like 1% of how crazy this shit is going to get. Like
I truly do.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really interesting to see how all this stuff interplays. We're learning lessons all the time, right? Our planet, tons of lessons. Alien worlds, tons of lessons. You know, Binance Coin and freaking Pancake Swap, tons of lessons, right? Like that, we're learning lessons all over the place, and it's not just from the places that most people think. And it's definitely not like people that think this is a Minecraft game. Like, you're just wrong, right? Yeah. Like you can also play Minecraft, but it's tangential. It barely means anything compared to where we're going.
I think a lot of people too just don't realize that like slow is better in this space. You want to not rush in because this is an unforgiving arena, guys. Like crypto you don't really get a second chance, and people may not realize it, but NFTs, regardless of its metaverse, that's crypto. Like that's 100% crypto. So every project that takes their time and really develops a really well thought out project that like doesn't stumble out of the gate. That's what you guys are focusing on. So I dig that.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's funny that you said that, right? Like, don't chase lost first chances. There's plenty of first chances out there that aren't going to give you a second one. So live in the present, live in the now. Let things go that you didn't get, and figure out what you will, right? Like, stop playing that game, and things I think will work out for you, right? Like and sometimes do chase second chances, right? I definitely should have bought more B&B when it was $100.
I set my mom up with a position in B&B when it was $15.
Right. Yeah. Most of mine came.
He doesn't
from
hate me anymore.
$5, right? Like most of mine came from $5, and I was like $20. Fuck this. I'm not fucking buying B&B at $20. What the fuck, right?
Little did we know.
Little did we know.
I have a video on my channel from the first week of the B&B token going live, where I live streamed and bought like at $295, and someone commented the other day when it hit 500, based on this you should be a multi-millionaire, and I was like, should be is the keyword.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not all golden, rainbow, whatever things.
Golden rainbow, whatever.
Well, there was profanity. there was profanity coming out there, and so I thought I'd hold myself back. But yeah, like I mean, I've held plenty of tokens to zero, right? And like I'm happy that I held them to zero, because I've let go of plenty of tokens because I thought they were going nowhere, and I shouldn't have done that. So it's all a game of regrets. But as like what Jason was saying earlier, like as long as you meet good people in this space, I mean, this isn't ever going to happen. But like,
there's no winners, there's no losers.
Right. Yeah. And
so,
like
I just want to thank Hustle for reminding me about the low prices of land right now. Because I just picked 4 up. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about it. It's the thing too, like I'm not 100% sure when active rewards are getting turned on, but it's like active rewards. I feel pretty confident saying active rewards are going to be on, before we can do the automatic crystallized NFT withdrawals, right? Nice. So like less than 2 months, hopefully way less, right? Oh, by the way, punchline, like write that down as something to focus on over the next.
I gotta get more. I gotta get more wax, because I got and these people weren't wrong, but I got accused of being on a pumper today, because I pumper nickeled all the way the Yoshi coins. I drove up the prices of the clears. I drove up the prices of the coins. I drove everything up to like 18 wax, like 30 wax, 40 wax. But I got my gold membership, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Like, but I was
that's awesome.
Gotta get that, right? Like I gotta get that. So I gotta replenish my wax, figure out some trades, maybe let go of some stuff to bring it in. I got no money for land, but I'm pretty stoked about that.
What's beautiful is the community is always down for trades. Somebody hit me up and said, "Hey, I have this much wax. I see you have some of these famed lady squads. Would you trade me some wax for this Ethereum NFT?" And like, that's kind of beautiful. I love trading in different economies, because it really means that people are pumped on multiple different things that are happening. And as someone who just loves art, like, yeah, I want to trade art for money, and then I want to trade that money for more art.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So are you doing art in the space yourself? Like let's talk about that a little bit. Do you have your own like art-based NFTs? What's going on with that?
So
I think people should know about that.
I'm whitelisted on Atomic Hub as NFT Von Hustle. So you know, I do make art. I do sell it occasionally, but more so I give it out. I've given away over 20,000 NFTs this year. And I don't think a lot of people realize what that means is that like I genuinely have created individual NFTs that I've given out to over 20,000 different people. And with that, most of them have been a conversation about education based on like, well, this is different. This is how you find it. This is the blockchain. This is the benefits, the differences. Now that I've enjoyed doing that enough, I feel like it's time for me to start creating a little bit more of Jason style art. So I kind of have this idea where I'm going to start taking an easel to like a park somewhere outdoors, start painting it. Whatever I see out there, when I'm done in that time period, like an hour or 2 hours allocated, I'm just going to leave that painting wherever it is. And I'm going to take an image of it, and that will become the NFT. And then whoever finds that painting in the real world can have it, throw it out, whatever. But like just an interesting new dynamic way to create art and connect it to physical without the physical actually existing.
I like it. If there was a way that you could add a QR code to it, though, that would be really freaking cool, right? Like,
maybe I'll stick one on the back, so if someone finds it, they'll have a little more like, oh, this is
right. Like they'll scan it and it'll take them to Atomic Hub, and they'll be like, "What the? I have the fucking original of this, and this shit's selling for like $2,000. Like, what the hell is going on?"
That's actually, I might have to do that.
Right, like that's a brilliant idea. Actually, I really like that a lot. Like
because I live by Balboa Park in San Diego, and that's I don't know if you're familiar with Balboa Park in San Diego, but that's one of the most beautiful historic museum artistic spaces in Southern California. And so I thought if I would just go nerd out and paint there, and then just like when I'm done, capture it with the camera and walk away. And I know you were talking about how on Atomic Hub you can't actually submit photographs, but you can submit photographs of art. And
of course,
compressed so they can't tell.
and
just like run it through a filter.
I don't know, like I don't know what California is like, but like I'm just gonna say, you really need to put another sign underneath of it that says like "Take me, I'm yours." Because like in Japan, nobody would take you; they just leave it here because they'd be like, "Oh, that guy just went to the washroom and he's been gone for like 3 days, but he must be coming back." So like just for your own spirits, like if you put that sign on that says "Take me," because if you come back to the park the next day and it's still there, you're just like, "Oh no."
Bro, this is California. If you leave something outside, someone's gonna take it.
Right.
Like there's no doubt. You don't have to put free. If you leave something outside, it's gone.
I mean, yeah, right. If you put free, people might leave it for the next guy. I don't know. Is that how that works? They're like, oh, he's giving away for free. It's not worth
it is weird how like when you try to give away stuff for free, people get real confused and they're like, what's your agenda, guy?
Right.
He's a nice person. What do you mean?
Well, the agenda is the QR code on the back.
Well, like TC, for example, TC hit me up one day and he's like, I want to do a giveaway. I want to buy an iPad and an Apple Pencil, and I want you to donate it on our behalf together. And I was like, why? What do you get? You know? And then you start talking to them. And
are
like,
you actually drunk?
Yeah. Are you just really just nice, or are you trying to get something out of me? You know? And you're actually just nice.
He is that nice.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to accept that there's nice people in the world, guys. Do it.
It's allowed. You're allowed to do this.
Hey, so when you do that series, when you start getting that series, I want to bring you on again, like in your time when you're actually going to be awake, because like Nathan and I, Love is the Answer, and we've decided we're going to do this like really interesting thing next Monday evenings at around 7 or 8 p.m. And we're going to have like some artist friends and some musician friends on, and we're going to like, hang out with them a little bit. I mean, Corey, of course, you're welcome. Whoever like our live streamers that we do things with, like Hustle, we'd love to have you on sometime as well as a co-host, but also as a guest, right? Like, and we just want to like dive in because Nathan's got some interesting stories, and I just want to enable them to get that craziness out there, to be honest.
Yeah, Nathan's a rad dude. I met him through Ken back in the day, and like anyone who's good people with Ken is good in my book. Also, I'm seeing in the comments that a lot of people are like, they're in someone's in San Diego, other people in Southern California. And this is something I thought about recently because the Bored Apes are doing a meetup in Venice Beach, California on the 20th in 4 days. And now that we're able to kind of engage, and I'm vaccinated now, and like people are excited to hang out, I think it would be worthwhile to host some kind of Southern California uplift event where we can all get together and put some faces together, hang out, share some laughs, and talk about potential builds, because hanging out in the physical world is really important for us. We all just kind of forget it sometimes.
I kind of feel like we need like at least 4 Uplift events somewhere in the world every year.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that would be awesome.
One East Coast, one West Coast, probably need one Australia, one Europe, right? Like that's that bare minimum that seems to.
Yeah. Steve's down. Hey Steve, if I do this this painting NFT thing and you're in San Diego, how about this? Let's pick a date where I'll tell you what day and time I'll be painting in Balboa Park. You just come and grab it. Like, that's it.
I like it.
I'm excited for the 2 photos that you're gonna take. The first photo of the painting and the second photo of Steve in the bushes with his binoculars, waiting for you to finish.
Yeah. The funny part is when you never know what someone looks like. The other day, I tried to meet a fellow Twitter head like myself. He came to San Diego. I thought I'd recognize his voice. I'm in the donut store and I walk up to a guy. I'm like, "Hey, are you Ben?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, have a great day, sir." And I turn around and the guy's laughing behind me.
That's awesome. All right, hey, I got a meeting that starts in 5 minutes, and I got to go to the bathroom. But you guys, by all means, keep hanging out and chatting, because I freaking love you guys, and you're awesome.
Later, Corey. Have
Ciao.
a great day, bro.
Yeah, so I actually have another stream I have to go to as well very soon. But like just to recap, like so what's coming up for you guys? Like if you don't want to go through the hassle of finding the Hustle House's YouTube, just go to the Uplifters YouTube and check the In the Uplift playlist, and it's playing direct from the Hustle House's channel to our YouTube. It'll direct you right there, and you'll be able to like and subscribe and see all the cool things that those guys are doing. But other than that, or including that, what are you guys up to? What's your month look like? What's coming from?
For us, for sure, we're still working on that NFT showcase series. It's a lot of work to create this, and so we're working hard on that every day. Simultaneously, we're trying to do our Monday night 8 p.m. Uplift and Chill. So I believe this Monday I will be in Los Angeles. So it won't be this one, but the following we'll be doing our Uplift and Chill. I'm doing the boring show. So if any one of you guys out there has an avatar, whether it's an imposter punks, because it's an avatar on the Wax blockchain or whatever, you're welcome to come on my show and talk avatar to avatar. It's a fun way to just play together. That might be something we might have to introduce into the Uplift world. And I think more than anything, man, I'm just, it all becomes a blur. I've been buying NFTs every single day. I don't think I slept for the last 3 days. Like it's all action all the time, bro.
Right. I was supposed to be like working today. I'm like writing stuff, and I was just like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna do this for 3 hours and try to like accumulate enough things to get my membership. Right. Like it gets addictive, but at the same time, it gets kind of fun. Right. Like I took my daughter out, for a walk today, and I put the phone away, and I came back, and I'm just like, oh, wow, I'm glad I spent time with my daughter, because now the prices are a little bit higher. But it's all
you look at her like, you cost me money.
Right. No, she's 1.5, and she's smart as a whip. So, a lot of the stuff that I stack away, I try to stack away for her. If I'm 100% honest about it.
As you should. Right.
Like, what were those Bratz NFTs that got released on Wax? I bought like 4 or 5 packs from each of the pack levels from that series, and like I didn't open them. I didn't do anything with them. I'm like, okay, these go to her account. Like, like when she's like 10 or 15 years old, right? Like she's gonna be like, what the hell is this? She's gonna open it and she's gonna be like, this is nuts, right? It's gonna be like us opening like one of those black and white Hercules like TV show, like animation comic books or something, right? It's
like your parents, I've saved this since the 60s for you, and they're like, what is Dude, honestly, this is something I've been really encouraging parents to do, and I hope you do this with your daughter, is mint her childhood drawings. Mint them and put them on a blockchain. Don't sell them, just mint them and keep them for her, because this is something that I genuinely wish that I had for myself. My childhood art is lost to the world's it sucks. Like I've moved around so much, it just vanished. And I've been talking to some parents who have been working really hard on minting all of their kids' drawings so that when they're 15, 20 years old, more likely 30, they'll appreciate it. But, you know, that's a really cool thing that I think a lot of people just don't realize is a really opportune way to show love to your family.
There's I wish I could find it. There's actually a drawing of my daughter that my wife did that will become an NFT for a Gender EOS collaboration that we're doing, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
But it's in the back room, like the room that she's sleeping. And if I wake her up, my wife will kill me. But yeah, I mean, you give me a really good idea because this is me, apparently. And my daughter and my wife and my daughter, you know, help draw it. Wow. That should totally be an NFT, right? Like you can see
bro,
the scribbly things all over it, and
that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, that's really. It's really good. I really like.
I think children's art is more powerful than a lot of adults because they see the world in a way that we forget to see. Like I was talking to Tom Sachs, and he was doing his character as Pablo Picasso, and he was saying that his biggest goal in life is to always create like a child. So. Right. I think we forget how to be children and enjoy art for art's sake. So I love that you just shared that, man, and that's really dope.
Yeah, I like what you have to say because I think it's really important that we fashion that sides of our brains as well. So, but yeah, the other thing that. No. The other thing that I wanted to, there was one more thing that I wanted to mention too that I totally forgot now. Oh yeah, that was the other question that I wanted to ask you. So, like, how do people get on the Boring Show? Because I kind of want to do it. Like, I want to be on the Boring Show. Like, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that want to be on the Boring Show.
The only thing you need to do to come on the Boring Show is to have some sort of avatar.
Okay,
that's
cool.
it, right? So, like, if you don't have one. And you're in the Uplift world, guess what? You actually do have one. You have your Minecraft avatar. Just take a screenshot and DM it to me, and I will Photoshop it. And it's an audio-only recording event. I take 15 minutes of someone's time, and we play, and we talk as if we are that avatar. So whenever I host as Jason the Ape, and I have Dan Brown, which is my co-host / dog on the stage. And it's a lot of fun. It's edited in the format of Space Ghost, kind of like paying homage to that, if you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
So it's a fun thing. Just hit me up on Twitter at The Hustle House. And that's how also theboringshow.io. That's my website. All my info's there. And you can actually request to come on the show right there.
Yeah, I think we put the links below. So, but yeah, I like it. I like listening to it. Sometimes I even like watching it because like people move a little bit, so it's kind of fun.
It's funny, man. Honestly, like Cheyenne was the one who helped me with the editing, the first episode where we did it, and I was like, wow, this added a lot of humor that I didn't realize could be done with these cutting and editing shots.
Yeah, totally. Okay, cool, man. Again, check out all of Jason's and Cheyenne's The Hustle House's Uplift videos, the other videos that are on their show. They've done some great tutorials. They've built a great community. Go hang out with them. Because I really like the idea of these, communities that are positive and uplifting and amazing and helpful, that like kind of collide and become part and parcel of one another. And like definitely looking forward to having you back and seeing what you guys bring to us. So thank you so much, Jason. And take care.
Later, bro. Thanks, everybody. Peace.
Oh, I got to hit